Now, Nima Gardada, the co-founder and president of Pearmill, a marketing agency focused on tech startups, and Dave Morgan, the founder and CEO of Simul Media, a company that works with advertisers on targeted television advertising. Very good afternoon to you both. Nima, I'll start with you because you've got a relatively nuanced position, I believe, which is you'd like to see Facebook make a lot of changes in this regard, but you're not actually telling your customers or advising your customers to pull their spend from the platform.
That's correct. We actually did ask them to take their spend off earlier in June. For about 10 days this month, we were off completely. The reason we're not recommending to pause spend for all of July is that the campaign that's sort of underlying all of this, the pledge asks are not very achievable by Facebook or really any company running a mass scale community. So we decided that it just doesn't make sense to put our sort of vote, which is our capital, behind this specific sort of campaign. But generally speaking, we are pro Facebook changing some of the rules around violence and racism and hate.
Dave, if I come to you, I mean, clearly a lot of companies are pulling back. Do you think that they will return, though, to the platform in relatively short space of time?
I actually don't think they will return in a relatively short space of time. I think that what we're seeing is really the beginning. I think that over the last number of years, we've seen a number of missteps or mistakes that Facebook has made and has asked for forgiveness and forbearance and a little extra time. And the advertising community has been really generous with that. But I think this is bigger than advertising. This is a question of principle. And the real issue is that, is it consistent with true free speech to have a platform that also promotes hate speech? And I think that for most advertisers, this is now becoming a real question of principle. And, you know, sure, you can point to COVID and things like that, which gives them a little extra license to do the pullback. And for sure, brand advertisers are only a portion of the spend on Facebook today. But I think this is really significant. I think that it is structural, and I think it's just getting started.
Nima, what do you make of Facebook's response so far to all this? And what other steps? I mean, you said you expect some concrete action. What do you actually expect them to do?
Yeah, so I think advertisers want two main things. One is handling and labeling content better and stopping the distribution of hateful content, which I think they have not done a good job at trying to show the advertisers or even their users that they're willing to do that. Because even though they changed their policies, they haven't gone back to sort of relook at some of the decisions they've made for the past couple of months to change that. And then secondly, for control, for advertisers, what we care about as performance or brand advertisers is the medium in which our ads are displayed. So we don't really have much control on making sure that ads are not displayed alongside hateful content or racist content, and we're trying to avoid that. So I think these are like the two pillars of us, at least from our clients. We care a lot about these two things, and if they can nail these two things, then potentially would be willing to sort of spend more on the platform.
Dave, is your expectation that this currently suspended advertising spend goes elsewhere in the meantime? Is it an opportunity for other online platforms or even traditional areas of broadcast and print?
For sure. I think that in the short term, you can see television, which is soft right now. It has some attractive pricing, has a chance to bring some of that money back. I think that, you know, it's interesting, as your own Meg Gran just reported out a few hours ago, Amazon and Twitch just removed Trump from their platform for hateful conduct. And so I think some of these emerging social media platforms, such as Twitch, such as you know, Snap, Pinterest, have a real TikTok, have a chance to step into this void. And I think that they'll be able to do it on Twitter, obviously. They'll be able to do it and take what will be perceived as a point of higher ground on a key principal issue.
We'll continue this discussion. For now, though, Nima and Dave, thank you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you.